Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 14th, 2021, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will have a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to cover some really interesting, basically destructuring and more understanding of the actual shift amongst the civilization and its emotional aspects. Whatever you come across as God. You, the people you love, people you don't like, are all manifestations of God. The moment one recognizes that all is one, love arises on its own accord. Osho. That's a challenge for a lot of us, that we see, we witness certain things, and we have a tendency to get a little confused on why certain people are certain ways. Now, interesting, there used to be a fellow by the name of Leo Buscaglia. Maybe some of you have heard of him several years ago. He wrote a book on hugging and how important it is to hug. And see, then of course you have the other things, the ego mind, and you're thinking that if you're going to hug people that, you got all these things. If you hug this, they're going to think this. If you do that, they're going to think that. And so people withdraw from interacting. And when you embrace somebody, and we're not talking from the sexual love aspect, we're talking about just love. We're talking about love. And you basically become a hugaholic. It requires a delicate balance of giving and receiving love. It honors where people are in their ability to let in love, and yet lives under a very radical and rebellious assumption that most of this society needs to hug each other more frequently. This doesn't mean that you're running up to embrace every single person you see on the street, although it would be recommended, seeing what happens just by making a free hug sign and walking down the street, as these beautiful, brave souls have done on their own across the planet. So, when an embrace lasts more than 10 seconds, you start to awaken a deeper connection to your heart and spiritual path. When your heart truly opens up to the source of love, it becomes overflowing with such genuine, fearless energy that you just have to share it with everyone you personally meet. Now, believe it or not, we are all craving connection since this pandemic began. And some people even feel that it's become illegal to hug and connect closely with others. It should be, you choose, it's always a choice, but why care anymore if the other person is going to be offended? If you open your arms wide to offer a hug to them, you begin to realize that many of us let so many ridiculous social rules dictate our social lives. And then you get to the point where you say to yourself, I've had enough of this lockdown feeling that endorses fear and stops everyone from connecting in acts of love. And you begin to feel, if you want to bring our world back to or into a new existence, And not the old social norm, but a much more enlightening and bright social norm. We do it collectively on an individual level. Love is our true essence. And love has no limitations of caste, religion, race, or nationality. We are all beads strung together on the same thread of love. And to awaken this unity and to spread to others the love that is our inherent nature, it is the true goal of human life. And that came from Amachi, the hugging saint. So think about that. Think about yourself and what that means, and how many people, I call it hurry hugging, polite hugging, where people are blocked off emotionally, and then when they hug, they just kind of tap each other. That's about it. And we have many sacred resources hidden inside each and every one of us that are not so easily accessed. Deep healing connections with the highest states of consciousness are truly just moments away. However, for us to find these inner gold mines takes the willingness to do some digging. So we must choose to open ourselves up and let go of the old trenches that we've been digging around in to discover a new treasure. To give and receive the ultimate hug to the opposite sex or same sex, you must choose to understand that every heart-to-heart meeting that any of us have is a short yet divine opportunity for each person to relax, rest, and dive deep within themselves. The hug may last 3 seconds, 3 minutes, or maybe become horizontal and become a 3-hour cuddle. Anything is possible. It all depends on our intention. How we open our hearts is how open that our heart is, and the level of bodily communication that we create. And the secret is not being attached to any outcome and making every embrace genuine, meaningful to your heart, which is truly open and loving their heart. And the ultimate hug begins with the ultimate intention, which is an embrace from both sides that becomes a gateway to entering the divine. It is like imagining that you were going to step into the heart of God. What would that feel like when you stepped into this sacred place inside yourself? And any other person will feel the shift in vibration. Through intentional communication with your heart opening practice with others will soon become a joyful habit that everyone looks forward to, and will soon manifest into the most amazingly joyful life everyone could possibly live. Now, I'm going to give you 4 steps to giving and receiving a truly healing hug. Now, some might just sound so ridiculous, but it really isn't. Every one of us on this planet could use a really sincere heart hug. And the first step is look people in the eyes when you meet them. A lot of people don't do that. Smile and give a first initial. I appreciate you. Greeting just from your eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. We all know that. So let the love come through them. Love the other person, not because you should, but because they are lovable, need love, and available for receiving love. Make this about giving love from your soul and also receiving any love that you need to. This is not about trying to get them to give love back to you, yet be open to that when it does occur. Hugging is about intimacy and creating a connection with human beings that breaks through all of our fears, walls, and limitations. Step 2. Allow your chest to physically touch the other's chest. Embrace their body in the most gentle, slow, and loving manner that is deeply welcoming them into your heart. And when the other embraces you, rest in the other person's heart. Surrender any walls or fears you have and melt for a few moments into the other's body. Take a deep breath together with the person and exhale together. Ask them to breathe with you if they are open to it. Allow your heart to open and connect with the heart and being of the other soul. Step 3. Remain centered in your body as you embrace and surrender into the other. This is not about giving your heart away to the other person. They already have a heart. So what would they need a second heart for? Enjoy the process of finding the balanced point in the very center of yourself in this experience. Now, you could do this with a loved one, friend, and you know, it may become erotic or exotic if you're attracted to the other, yet allow yourself to remain connected to your center, your heart, your truth, and essence. Merge, yet remain centered in the merging. It can be very easy to get lost in the other or to remain distant, separate, and in control. Find the middle path where you can breathe with them and be in their energy field and deeply rooted and centered in your essence at the same time. Step 4. When your bodies physically meet, find a level of full bodily embrace that feels enjoyable, healing, healthy, and relaxing for everyone involved. Some people will keep their pelvis, sex center, pulled back so as not to get too close, while others may push into you. Just find the middle ground where you're not resisting nor pushing, yet meeting them with the heart, belly, and hips evenly. It takes practice, yet this is about learning how to let go of layers of social fears and sexual inhibitions we didn't even know we had to reach the more advanced levels of hugging. You may need to talk openly about these 4 steps in detail with your friend or partner. Practice hugging many times a day and get comfortable feeling what a real juicy hug is like for you. Feel the most gentle love for yourself. Breathe in this love now. I found that will make hugging anyone the most exciting and exploratory adventure. The very moment before you embrace, close your eyes and imagine exploring each new hug as if you were falling into the arms of God. It's as if you just arrived in heaven and are greeted by the angels. Feel as if you're coming home to the greatest love in the universe. Trust this experience each time you hug someone, and soon you completely transcend all old inhibitions and fear. Another tip is to just open your arms and smile whenever you meet someone new. Don't even think twice about it. Just do it while you are genuinely smiling. Most people will just copy whatever you're doing and open their arms too, because social rapport is embedded into our very core. Most people don't want to seem distant, cold, or closed down, so embrace them, love them as long as is comfortable for you and them. Try to make it a habit of placing a hand for a few moments on someone's shoulder or arm when talking to them. Notice how they respond with either softening or freezing up. The walls always want to melt, yet often are too afraid to know how. Think that each connection you have with everyone you meet is an opportunity to liberate fear, especially those who are cold, resistant, and truly need a hug. Whenever you first meet someone new, just open your arms wide and see how they respond. Maybe half of them will smile, open their arms, and embrace you. Don't have any expectations. This is a deeply transformative, heart-opening practice that will change your entire life in more ways than you know. Practice tuning into your sensitivity to know how long to hug the other until they feel you in a deep and meaningful way. Do not get too discouraged if you or your partner freak out, step away after the first few seconds. You may not be able to immediately find this ultimate cosmic hugging experience. It may take time before some people trust this feeling of being embraced with deep eternal love. It can help to educate our community and even share with each other this hugging experience, this divine hugging experience. Life is like a camera. It really is. Just focus on what's important. Capture the good times and develop from negatives. And if things don't work out, just take another shot. Practice trust. These are the key issues. Practice trust and letting go of fear. One of the most challenging and rewarding things we can do on this planet is to learn how to face our fears and truly connect deeply with people. This means being able to engage freely with others on the deepest emotional, spiritual, mental, and physical levels. When you are connecting with others fearlessly in truly intimate, heart-opening ways, you open up new energies of love, lightness, and joy within yourself. This fresh, rejuvenated feeling offers the incentive to explore the deeper and more beautiful, mysterious aspects of your spiritual nature. The easiest and fastest way that you can shift out of any fearful head trip is to take a deep breath, give yourself permission for others to see and feel the real you inside. This is not always easy. It eludes the other to believe that they also need to do the same. Yet revealing that which cannot or should not be revealed often allows a deeper trust to come in. This trust is the most essential aspect of being a fully alive, spiritually awakened human being. Remember, we are not here just to survive the system and become an accepted member of society. We are here to celebrate this life, to dance, sing, play together, and enjoy this amazing sensual body that we have. And in order to do this, we need to bring awareness to the fear-based system that has educated everyone to remain separated, isolated, on the phones, lacking intimacy. Awareness brings about the ability to transcend. The more we are aware of this old programming, the easier it becomes to go beyond it. Now, more than ever, we are feeling so strongly in our hearts that we need to teach our children how to liberate ourselves from any fear of breaking any social distancing rules. These rules have been planted in such an old, deep soil within everyone from generations ago. Back when you were a child, you were probably not aware of how deeply they were rooted and functioning in everybody around in everyday life. To be free from generations of disconnection means we must choose consciously to invite in reconnection and imagine ourselves opening up to new futures that is healing, warm, and beautiful. Open your hearts to the golden energy of love. Hugging is actually a spiritual practice. As a baby, you came into this world completely unrestricted, unguarded, and unafraid of being intimate with others. You were a bubble of bliss, and your heart was naturally open, fearless, and deeply eternal loving. You were constantly merging with everyone and everything you met, giving and receiving, Touch was as natural as breathing. And then throughout your childhood, a tight grid of social rules and unconsciously implanted upon you. Now that we are a grown adult on the path of healing, personal growth, and self-realization, our direction is to liberate ourselves from every single limitation that has been imposed upon us. We are here to find freedom from every mental, emotional, social, physical, and spiritual prison we are living in. We are here to grow beyond all these walls. Breaking free from limitation is how we experience freedom. These social rules are imperative to break free from, as hugging does not hurt others, yet only helps them to face their fear and become free from it. Yet, this level of liberation that I'm speaking about is not just about going beyond the old C-19 social distancing laws. This freedom is much more evolved than that. This path is about finding freedom within ourselves that is so enormous, so ecstatic, and full of aliveness that every societal rule must bend and bow down on the path to greet us. If we're interested in discovering a new level of inner freedom and liberation in this life, my invitation is for each of us to start breaking free from the social programming that says, keep to yourself, and God forbid, don't physically touch anybody you don't know. Try on something radical and completely new. Here, explore what it's like to reformat your social software to experiencing physical touch with everyone you know and don't know. Our lives are meant to be an absolute, spectacular spiritual adventure overflowing with absolute aliveness. We are not here to just get by, survive, or exist in a perpetual feeling of being separated, isolated, or avoiding touching other people. Human beings need gentle, warm physical touch every single day to truly remain vibrant, happy, and healthy. It is vital and essential for our spiritual journey to be touched by others in order to welcome in a state of true mental, emotional, and physical health. The time that we have left here on earth is precious. It's not worth wasting a single day on feeling distant and separate from others. Imagine how your heart will feel over the next 5 years if you become devoted to replacing every potential socially awkward and distant hello with a heartwarming hug. It's the heart that is the doorway to our very souls and spiritual journey. Open it wide, and the most amazing life will follow. Enlightenment begins the moment when you are not and God is. It is a moment of absolute harmony. A window opens, and you can see the whole sky. You are no more confined within the walls of your body and mind. A lightning happens. And all darkness disappears. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, always, first step, relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. And remember, you are not the body. You are the God. You always have been, and you always will be, ever, beyond, and forever the God. So you look at the body. The stress, the fear, the anxiety, the worry, the hurry. Look at it. Does it serve that body the greater good? The answer is no, it doesn't. Then why carry it? We don't have any expectations of it. We sure as heck don't have attachment to it. So we let it go. We desire these bodies that we're in to be as relaxed and happy as possible. We don't care to have an ailing, unhealthy, low energy, frustrated, stressed out body. Not fun to be in that body. But since we're all the masters, we can relax it. Let it go. It's no different like when I say the hot air balloon, right? Now you want to see the beauty that you are by going up high and looking across everything. But you're not going to do that if you've got all these worries, stresses, fears, anxieties. Not only is this life, maybe other lives as well that you've dragged in. See, you're in that basket of that balloon, and you look down there and you see all these little bags of weight, ballast. You keep the balloon on the ground, in the basket. And all of those are stresses, fears, worries, anxieties, what ifs, oh no, how about this? And it's just endless with the ego mind. So then you say to yourself, well, I'm just going to drop all these off. I don't need them. They weigh my body down. So I'm just going to let them go. And as you do that, the basket starts going up. And you drop it more and more, and you keep going higher. And then you're able to see it all. And all of it is you, and you are all of it. All the beauty, all the horizon, everything. Sky, the earth. Phenomenal. The only way you're going to do it is by letting it go, surrendering it. Any fear, and you watch the body respond. The body goes light, like a feather. It's not, have you ever you just maybe not aware of it, but you freeze and you just stare? And you're not staring at anything, but you're staring. And you're not really moving. And people have asked you, what's that all about? That's when you just inadvertently go into the now and are just being. You zone out. And it feels good. Really good. So when you relax that body, that's where you can just be. Nothing else. Body's not thinking, right? It's not doing anything. Totally still. Completely void. And that's where we move in. With a relaxed body, we move into the now. Not the past. Not the future. The future doesn't exist because we're creating the future in the now. And by doing that, we still the mind, the ego, and the subconscious mind. We still them, which means we step outside of them. We're not participating with them. And we're not judging them either. We're watching. Because that's how we learn. It's how we learn to master them rather than them mastering us, which is a nightmare. That's what most of us on this planet have, is that the ego mind has mastered us. And we're so asleep we don't know that. We think that's the way it's supposed to be. So being in the now is the space between heartbeats. It's only the moment that we focus on. It's moment to moment. Doesn't matter, whatever it may be. Moment to moment. You could be scratching your nose. That's the moment. That's what you're focused on. And you'd be amazed on what that does to eliminate all of the subterfuge, all of that enticement of the physical world, all of your complaining, all of your judging, all of that negating, all of that stuff is meaningless, has no adhesion. It cannot stick to you. Now, we all have memories, right? We think about and we visit these memories, and some of them are really, really, really good. And those are the ones we spend time on remembering and nostalgia. But then there's other ones that we do visit, the ones that aren't too good, to remind us of things so that we can use those from those experiences to literally navigate now in the now. And those are memories and experiences that you did experience in the now and are now stored in your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is like, it's just this big, huge library, massive. And you're constantly storing stuff there. People that talk with you, interactions, experience in your life, everything across the board, that's where it goes. Now, some of us, though, will go in that past. It's dead and dank like an elephant graveyard. There's no movement of air. It's just stifling. Well, we go there and we stay there so long, and you don't think we really know it. But we stay there so long that we bring that past into a future that doesn't exist. That future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. This is why so many people will say, well, we seem to end up in the same place no matter what we do. And this is why. Others of us will go into the future that doesn't exist. We create the future in now. And we wonder. Okay? And we wander. But then we get attached to things and we start, the attachments and expectations and why this hasn't happened. And why don't I have this now? And when am I going to get this? And when am I going to meet this person? And on and on and on. And so the expectations and attachments of this happening cause us to suffer, get irritable, angry, upset, disappointed. So you can more and more see why the now is all there is, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. But how do you stay in the now? Now, those are exempt because of all these programs, these thoughts, programs. Tens of millions of them running by us, like clouds in the sky. Like a real busy highway, all these different vehicles just zooming by, all these thoughts. And we get distracted, and we gravitate to these thoughts, and we embrace them like clouds passing in the sky. I don't think that we're really aware of it because we're so used to doing it. You've been on working, focused on something, the next thing you know, you got all these thoughts, and you're wandering off here and there and everywhere. And then the next thing you know, you cut your finger, or you smash something, or, you know what I mean? Stumble, or... Our divine positive energy, which is our breath. Soul enters the body, powers the body. Everything comes online in the body. Lungs start functioning, oxygen is produced, breath supports the body, it houses the soul. This divine positive energy also relaxes you, it de-stresses you, decompresses you, it energizes you, it strengthens you. It does a lot of things. We really take it for granted. It is absolutely magical. So whenever any of us, as we start wandering off in thoughts, these programs that aren't ours, and we're very gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves at all times. You say, okay, so I'm wandering off in these thoughts, not a biggie. I'll focus on my divine positive energy, my breath, and I'll be in the now 3,000% of the time. Sometimes you might have to do it several times during the course of your waking hours. But eventually it becomes autopilot. You just automatically will kick in. So the body's relaxed. We're in the now. We have stepped outside of the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. And then we can see in the body, there's the lights, the wheels of light. Start from the tailbone, go to the top of the head. Really vibrant colors, really deep colors. Nothing like on this planet. Much more vibrant, colorful. And these are etheric, kind of energy portals within the body. Etheric means a spiritual plane realm, so they're not the earthly, physical, where you can pick them up and touch them and stuff. Now, these are designed, 7 of them, they are designed for you in that body, the God that you are, to flow through it, which then expands through the whole body. All the arteries and circulation and all the organs and emotions and everything. And the God flows through. You, the God, flows through. So you notice that the red one, which is at your tailbone, right? The root chakra. And you're going to flow through it. It deals with survival, finances, food, water, clothing, and shelter. And it is blocked by the illusion, the programmed thought of fear. Now, if we got a bunch of us were stranded somewhere out in the wilderness, and we would rely on each other to survive. But some of us would panic and go into fear. And that means they would leave the body. And it's been recorded several times throughout history. That's what happens. And that's the only reason that is that the illusion of fear, they literally move that energy into form, create it in reality, and then they experience it. Like we all have. So then we move to the orange wheel of light, sacral chakra. And this deals with our pleasure, our sexuality, our fun, enjoyment, our bliss. It's absolute pleasure. And we've all experienced it, where you're doing something and you're experiencing, and everything's falling into place, and it's just so wonderful, and it's never ending. It's just constantly coming in. You don't have to lift a finger. And it's so blissful and wonderful. And then, all of a sudden, you get this kind of a sinking feeling, or uneasy, and kind of worried and stressed, and then you start to say, wow, I don't really deserve all this. It's not going to last long anyway. I might as well enjoy it while I can. See how that works, how the ego mind comes in, and those thoughts start generating. We all deserve the best of everything. We're here to enjoy this life, celebrate it, and have a lot of fun in these bodies. Not the way it's been taught. The opposite of that. Then we move to the yellow wheel of light. This is the solar plexus chakra. It's our willpower. And it's blocked by shame. Another illusion, shame. Just like sin's an illusion. Missing the target. That's all that is. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. It's our ability to love. It's our heart chakra. And it is blocked by grief. So if you're in grief, you're not capable of love. And then we move to the throat chakra. The blue wheel of light deals with truth. And, of course, it's blocked by lies. Then the indigo wheel of light, which is our third eye chakra and deals with our insight, and it is blocked by illusion. And remember, you're the God moving through these energy vortexes, these wheels of light. And then we go to the crown chakra, violet wheel of light. This is our direct connection to the divine, the God, you. And it is blocked by ego attachment. Now, we've moved the gods that we are through these, and we go through these energy vortexes all the time, constantly flowing, like a spring, energy spring. And we go up through the top of the head, back down, around through the coccyx, the tailbone area, and back again, and over and over and over again. Now, we can hold ourselves top of the head briefly. We are God, we are love, and we are one, and condense ourselves into pure liquid energy. Now, it's not going to dissipate or be lost, and we pour that over our pineal glands. So the God literally saturates the pineal gland, the God that you are. Now, the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these physical forms. The reason it's very important to us is because when it's fully healthy, vibrant, functioning to its peak performance, it connects us to all the particles of existence. It connects us to the universe, universes. It connects us to all the quantum realms, everything, all of it, all at once, to the collective consciousness, to the true one God that we're all part of. Now, you can see it any way you choose to see it, which, through your heart, mind, emotion picture, I see it as a green ball, rosebud. And then when I pour the God that I am over it, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals and shimmering energies and wonderful fragrance. And saturating it. Not like water, not like that, but almost an energy shower, where every single drop and every single particle is bliss, total bliss, nirvana. And it saturates me in such a way that of this feeling, this energy of the highest high, deepest eternal love and peace and gratitude, and it just saturates continuously. It's a nirvana experience, because then you discover that the rose is the God within you, and so you, the God, are the rose is you. It is a reflection of the God that is within that body. And these bodies, the heart mind, ego mind, the subconscious mind, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, the pure consciousness, the God, it's all one. The soul enters the body. Soul is heaven on earth. Heaven is everywhere. The soul is heaven. The body is earth. So we are heaven on earth, literally. And those of us that are consciously aware, in other words, somewhat awake, we know that every step we take on this planet, we're creating paradise. We just know it. We also know and learn that we shine our light, the God force, love, light energy within these bodies. And it literally emanates outwards 360 degrees, saturating and flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Head to toe, inside and out. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep. All life. And this is what we're doing. Now, you could literally see this planet from afar, and you would see this brilliant light, and you would understand that as the closer you got to it, the energy and the frequency, that it is a God planet, paradise, that glows eventually with 8 billion gods all together consciously, moving as one consciously. Quite a sight. Now, we obviously gather parts of ourselves that are consciously aware. And there's other parts of us that are asleep. They're not going to hear us. But the ones that are somewhat consciously aware are parts of us, and we're parts of them. Like this, all the light energy beings, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. All the light energy beings on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this night. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can really be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, they come in the Googleplexes. One Googleplex fills this entire universe with not even an inch of sacred space to spare. And they come in trillions of Googleplexes from trillions of universes. Now, the ones on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, with these eyes that we have with these physical vessels, we only see 1% of what is on this planet. So, all of these shapes, sizes, forms, configurations, and colors we've never seen. We're only familiar with a smidgen. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. And they are all with us now, consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, and beneath her. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. Call upon all the off-worlders, celestials, galactics. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they, in the trillions, are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the archangels, the cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them readily like we see each other, but we meet them all the time. We just don't know it. A lot of times we don't know it. But other times we do. Could be for a minute, a second. Could be for 10 minutes, an hour. And then we have this bliss feeling because we identify with that through the heart-mind. It just comes out. That wasn't just a regular meeting there. That was an angel. And they always have the same message, but it's sent in so many different ways. It is absolutely magna-glorious, spectacular, stupendous to be alive in these bodies. And it is, and that is bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us, tens of thousands at any time. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And in the absolute trillions there with us now consciously. The ascended masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. We are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And along the way, we just might become aware enough that we identify that we are the light. So that when we decide to leave these bodies, we know that we are the light, so we don't follow the light. And we're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, abundance, benevolence, prosperity. We're all one. We're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. It immediately forms a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from deep within each and every one of us, the God force, love, light, energy. It is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns even to come close to its brightness. And this is the highest of the highest high and the deepest, 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 purest, purest, purest eternal love. And we're flooding this planet as we speak, as we're in this meditation, all of us gathered on and off world, with this love, of which we all are. All of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, whether they're awake or asleep, whole life, the highest supreme value in the universe. See that, feel that through your heart minds motion pictures. It's absolutely stupendous, magnificent. We begin to ascend above this planet. As we do, we come into complete contact with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's flashing everywhere, trillions of vibrant colors. We see the source, so we zero in on it and we go close up to it, some microscopic etched mirrors. So we enter them, and we finally discover that we are all students and teachers of each other, period. No matter who walks into your life for a second or an hour or years, months or weeks, whatever, they are either teaching you or learning from you, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves that we are the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we all created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected with a white fire armor 24/7, eternally, infinity, forever. Now, this is nothing like a knight's armor, body armor, anything. Way beyond that. It emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within us. Nothing can penetrate it. Nothing can harm it. Nothing can weaken it. Nothing can drain it, manipulate it, trick it. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no demon possessions, no attachments. They'll vaporize if they get too close. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hate, greed, anger, pain, frustration, anxiety, stress, envy, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you decide to do this, you are immediately met with two columns of light. They go together. You have the purple transmuting flame and the violet ray. The purple transmuting flame, you can bring that in. You can literally transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them back to pure consciousness where they are literally vaporized and never, ever more again. Then the violet ray right behind it, we created this column of light to remind us all that we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high and the deepest, 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 purest, 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 eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden light, pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we created, that we are the sun. The sun sets and the sun rises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the rain and the rainbows, the skies and the clouds, the soils, the trees, the forests, the animals. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you're viewing a sunset or a sunrise or a starry lit night sky, whatever it may be, it is you. You're the beauty. You're the divinity. You're the spectacularness. You're the majesty. It is you. It is each and every one of us. We continue to ascend above this planet. And as we do, some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it if we're carrying physical form. And why do we do this? Well, because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created it. larger than the solar system. In the column, we see this massive oblong sphere with golden white bowl of light in the center, surrounded by numerous rings of light, multicolored. It's all vibrating, shimmering. And they're sending out all these waves of energy that literally soak us, saturate us, head to toe, inside and out. And the golden white ball of light is the highest and the deepest, purest, eternal love. And then comes the highest, and the deepest, and purest of gratitude. And then peace, well-being, great wealth, great prosperity, great abundance, unending, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, massive abundance. It's endless. And all this is saturating us. And all this is a reflection of the gods within each and every one of us. It's always been there. It's for us to choose to discover and to be and to embrace and to trust and to have no doubt and not to have expectations or attachments. Now, we designed the top of this column so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees as it's doing right now with all of us. All life, the highest supreme God in the universe. All of our brothers and sisters head to toe, inside and out. All of us. This is the highest of the deepest, 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 purest, eternal love. And it is a reflection of the gods within us, embracing us, loving us. Now, we are all drops of this golden ocean. And we also hold the essence of this golden ocean. So the drops are the ocean, and the ocean are the drops. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It sits center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds nearly 1,500 of our vibrational frequencies in perpetual motion. Feel that. See it through your heart, mind's motion picture. The highest of the highest high of intense, of pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude and peace, flooding us all eternally. Always. Head to toe, inside and out. All life, highest supreme God in the universe. Every day. Every single day. 7 days a week. For over 3 years. Now you can see why this planet has ascended, why the transformational energies and frequencies continue to accelerate into higher realms of existence. This is why. Only those who are dead in their graves are absolutely protected. Nobody can harm them. Nothing can go wrong for them. The lies of the personality are a very heavy burden on the essence, on the soul. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Man's greatest need is to be needed. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night the following morning. And we'll return here tonight at 9 p.m. for the TFCC. And then tomorrow, Thursday, at 3 p.m. to continue our global guided meditation